you could see the utter confusion. The players absolutely looked deserted. They didn't know what to do. And you look at it on the bench, looked even more confused than the average fan in that checklist. And you look back and at the moments, are the things you think you should have done, which should have possibly changed the complexity of that checklist?
But honestly, when we came into the second half of that game and the approach Ghana came into the second half with, you will clearly see that the Ghana team had a plan, a game plan. They came in, they made their changes early in that second half and restructured the team into a defensive setup. Egwavon, on the other hand, felt like he was waiting on the fans to lift the players. I didn't see any technical change coming from Egwavon, except for the fact that at halftime, he only replaced the injured Onyeka, which was a normal thing anybody would do. I thought Egwavon would come in.
Replace him with who?
with
Abdullahi,
who hasn't played so much. And the funniest thing here is I feel like we needed a technical player in the midfield, in the likes of Kelechi Iheanacho, or even in number 10, to try and string some passes in the midfield. We're relying on through balls over the top of the
from William Trusteko and
the defender. Even our goalkeeper could even bring some meaningful goal kick. It was so sad to see the team just play as if they were just a group of schoolboys trying to play an inter-house sport competition.
Right, they even had even the should I say I won't call him small. A player like Akinkumi Amu would have been better for me. It would have been a better option. Yes, introduce him. And Lookman at some point, and even Emmanuel Dennis, he got so tired. He wasn't doing. Why did you have to wait till 80-something minutes?
Apart from that, we're very wasteful. We had the most corner kicks, the most free kicks. Is it that we don't have a technical player in the Nigerian squad that can actually?
You look at it. From the crosses, you could tell from the crosses how many good crosses do we have? We had the likes of, apart from maybe Calvin Bassey, I think he gave the most accurate cross in that occasion. We had Emmanuel Dennis couldn't get a few in. What's his name?
Emmanuel Dennis was played out of position. We've seen him play.
Ademina Lookman. Now, he's our set piece specialist. Corner kicks, free kicks that won't even beat the first marker. How did we get here?
There's a lot of problem in the technical side of the Super Eagles. I feel we just pick individual players who probably just have a skill or two, but we need technical players. Those are the players that will win you games. See players that can actually take corner kicks, free kicks, or even players that have the determination to carry themselves on hand. Just to mention, Mikel Arteta had said Thomas Partey scores brilliant goals during training, that he will be looking forward to a time people can actually witness Thomas Partey's goals. I didn't know he was prophesying it to be against Nigeria. Because see how much people have criticized Thomas Partey for shooting off target in the EPL. But we're all shocked that what his coach had said about him is true. He's quite a technical player for a number 4 who finds himself at the opposition's box in the time to actually have a shot on goal. It's commendable, but we didn't have even one of such shots like the Thomas Partey shot from a Nigerian player through 90 minutes. We didn't have one shot that tested their goalkeeper. Let's say the goalkeeper parried the ball or it was cleared by the defense. We didn't have any clear-cut goal chance.
Sorry, now, getting back to the beginning, the way the Super Eagles played, the way Ghana played from the first half and the second half, you'd say, they set up defensively, stay in the game as long as possible. They would have a chance, and they did with Thomas Partey, thanks to Zoho, and it happened. But look at the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Can you really say this is how we set out to play and this is how we played?
Brother, I've been saying this, there was no tactics in that particular game. If you want to win games like this, you need to rise to the occasion. Aside from everyone putting the blame on Igbo.
Well, who should we put it on? General?
We also need to put the blames on the players, because if you're a player, the coach won't play for you. You need to go out there and do your job. That particular ball, when Uzo was supposed to save that ball, that's his job. It's meant to save balls like that. So if you commit a childish defense like a childish error like that, what do you expect?
No, but again, Flo, if you put in a player to get a job done for you and then the player fails to do the job, pull him out and get another in. Haven't we got players on the bench?
I mean, Thomas Partey might have spoiled the party for Super Eagles of Nigeria, but then Super Eagles had players like that. Why didn't they take their own chances? You can't just say Uzoho, these are in the first place. Why would you let Partey in such a position to take? I see players just getting, trying to get the ball off your legs, and you clearly see that was a very good action, because that would have been a goal. And we didn't see that happen at all.
Chances, Osimhen.
Clear-cut chances.
Exactly.
Clear-cut chances.
I think Osimhen had to improvise because of the overhead kicks. There was no, like you say, direct ball that they gave him. He had a one-on-one that he squandered or something. He was more like playing a lone striker and trying to fend for himself.
Yes, he was just a hustler. I mean, he was just doing everything in his own part to try to get that ticket. And at this point in time, I just miss getting wrong.
All right.
Because I just
All right, so there we go.
Right.
That's the part I wanted. We miss
no.
Raw.